Hello. Good evening, everyone. Who's arriving today? Another week of life. I'm very happy. Hey, Gil, how are you? Oh my God, Gilson is around. Danila is there too. Good evening, everyone. Coming to another live with a top recipe today, huh? Let's make a recipe, a great recipe. Hello, Leonida. Almost Leonilda, right? Because my name is Leonilda, right? There's a nebula. Is the name, right, guys? It's the name, huh? Nebula, Celia is here. Soleil, Marilyn arriving. Kisses to everyone, good evening. And we're going to start, right, with recipes today. William is here, good evening, just arriving. It's written William, right? TW William. Write down the city you're from, okay? Go ahead and put it in there. I have news today. I've got an amazing recipe today, so everyone join in because today is going to be awesome, guys. Well, to start, today's Thursday, right? We're already starting a series of live streams, and I'm going to explain to you what new things we're bringing for you because there are people from Sao Paulo, Vancouver. There are people from Vancouver. Oh my God. Canada, Rio de Janeiro, Barreiras, Bahia, people arriving. Keith, Elsa. People are arriving there, and that's it. And we get older and older, right? Yes, both in age and knowledge, thank God. In good health, thank God, right? So that's what matters, folks. That's what matters. We're here to give you a recipe. There are people from Piracicaba, Sueli, the capital of Sao Paulo. Good evening, Lords. Portugal. I love Portugal, guys. A kiss for you. And now we're going to start talking. I'm going to start talking to you right from the beginning because today there's a recipe, there's something here to do, so let's go. There are people from Feras de Feras, right? Feras de Vasconcelos. I lived close by. I lived in Suzano, Mogi Mirim. Maria Jose of Rio de Janeiro. Good evening, everyone. Well, I want to start while people are arriving. I want to start by telling you something about my journey in confectionery. Yeah, guys, there's something I'm not telling you, okay? That's not all we tell. And there's something, I don't know if I've ever told you. It's something from my personal life. But since I've been here for 10 years now, guys, it's a lifetime, right? Guys, I've been here talking to you for 10 years. There are people who were born 10 years ago, and today they're almost teenagers. So it's a life, right, that goes by here. And I think there are a lot of things about my life that I don't share here with you. I don't share them because I think there are things we keep to ourselves. But I really like to think that everyone here are people who have truly followed me for years, who like me, who like my recipes. That motivates me to always be here talking to you, sharing recipes, giving tips, teaching pastry techniques. I've been doing this on social media for 10 years. Guys, for me, it went by so fast. It feels like it was just yesterday or last year that I started on YouTube sharing little recipes when I didn't even know how to speak. I couldn't even say my own name. I would already start stuttering, right? And today I'm here talking, having a chat. It's like I'm talking to just one person here. You, right? Here with me, right in front of me, right? And here I am with more than 200 people here, and thousands more will watch this live later. I don't know if it will be saved yet. I'll think about it until the end whether it will be saved, right? But I wanted to share something. It's the time that I found you. Leah says that already, look, there are people who met me, who found me on YouTube, guys, a long time ago. How many years have you known me? I've been here for 10 years, talking with you, sharing knowledge, right? Passing on information. That's really great. This means that we're not a lie, because if it were a lie, it would have already come out, right? But no, I work with the truth. I work with safety. I'm sure that what I'm doing, what I'm sharing with you is going to change your life. That's very important. That makes all the difference in our lives. How many people have already come and gone on social media who aren't even here anymore today? Because sometimes they just rode the wave of a little recipe and couldn't keep it going. That's not what happens here, thank God, right? Because that's what I want to share with you all, guys. For as long as I can remember, very early on, I separated, right, in my personal life, but I've never shared this with you before. This is the first time I'm opening up to you about it, okay? From a very young age, look, I've been working in pastry for 30 years now, right? And from very early on, I had a child to raise. Guys, 30 years ago, can you imagine there was no whipped cream? Remember when I tell you about this? I used to whip up a little icing with margarine, vegetable shortening, and condensed milk to make cakes. Guys, there wasn't even a mixer. I didn't have a mixer to make cakes. It was a real struggle for me to buy one. And actually, I used to borrow my neighbor's mixer with a lot of effort just to be able to make things, to earn a little money. Back then, I was still married and my kids were little. But there came a time in my life when things really weren't easy. Yeah, my marriage didn't work out. And when my daughter Yasmin was about 8 years old, I think 12, I'm a bit lost, almost 12 years old, I think. That's when I found myself, taking care of 2 kids on my own. And look, it was not easy at all because I've always been a very hardworking person. I never liked letting anything be missing at home, but I found myself in a very tough, very complicated situation. Can you imagine someone, making a living from baking at that time when it was really hard to make a living from baking? Yeah, and there were buffets I worked with making cakes, sweets, savory snacks. I looked like a crazy person working. Until one day, from working so much, we lived in that rush, and I found myself alone, having to raise 2 kids. Sick, because I went to the doctor, and she basically gave up on me, told me that if I didn't get out of that stressful and anxious situation, I only had about 6 months to live, because my stress levels there was no way to even measure them. And I had 2 kids to raise. And I felt, that's when my mind opened up and I thought, what am I doing with my life, right? Living off baking? Yes, I was working. I was making a living. That's what was supporting me. But my health, was really deteriorated. That's when I stopped and said, wait, let's restructure this a bit because I work with baking. Thank God I have my recipes. That's what's helping me, right? I did everything, guys, cakes, sweets, savory snacks, ice cream, everything you can imagine I made in my life. Then I started to stop, to think a bit. I remember that, right, Gloria? Yes. I started to stop and restructure myself. That's when I stopped and thought about everything I had already done up to that point. That was before I started YouTube, Before I started, more than 10 years ago, I stopped because I was already taking care of my kids on my own. So my daughter was already, on average, look, when I got divorced, she was about 12 years old. When I had to stop to think about restructuring myself, she was already about 18 years old, more or less. So it was a long time, us living in that difficult situation. And I think a lot of people go through this, and there comes a time in our lives when we have to stop and think about what we're doing, if it's really taking us down the right path. But my biggest problem, honestly, wasn't even working with baking, because that's what supported me. That's how I put food on the table, how I paid the rent, I paid for electricity, which wasn't cheap, and I paid for the kids' school because they went to private school, because baking helped me. It gave me, the means to do that, because I worked a lot, guys. I worked really hard, just like I still do today, thank God, with good health, right? Today, with good health, okay? Back then, without good health, but I still worked a lot. I stopped and thought, I said, look, if it weren't for baking, if it weren't for making cakes, if it weren't for making sweets, where would I be today? Working where? Because when I worked with baking, even when I worked with catering, when I made cakes, when I made sweets, my kids were there with me. I never left them for anything, guys. We can all see how things are in this world, right? How was I supposed to work outside with my kids? I didn't even have anywhere to leave them. I was separated. I wasn't living with my ex-husband. We were already living there in Susano, where I worked, doing things with the kids by my side. So It was a tough situation where I stopped, thought things through, and restructured my life. That's when I thought, after more than almost 10 years already working in confectionery, which I was already doing, Yasmin was already 18 at that time. My son is about 3 years older than her. That I stopped, thought, and said to myself, what do I need to do now? What's the first thing I'm going to do now? From everything I learned during this time working with confectionery, I was also already living in Susano. I was taking several courses as well at Senai, Senakand, already preparing myself to become a teacher, right? And I started to restructure everything I had learned throughout all those years of my career. And it really was a career because I had already spent so much time on it and I never gave up. If there's one thing I don't do in this life, it's give up on anything. I stop, reflect, and restructure what I'm doing, but give up? Never. So I started to pause, started to think, and I began to organize my life. And it was while I was organizing, thinking, searching for the best ways for us to keep working with confectionery to survive, already thinking about wanting and having the desire to become a teacher. Even so, I worked at home like crazy, doing all these things, you know. So I thought, I paused and said, look, what is it that I do best? What is it that I have? What is my hidden treasure? I need to take this hidden treasure. Let's see what I can restructure, right? What can I do with it? And with that in mind, I started to realize that the most valuable thing I had there working in confectionery was my recipes. My recipes that I made that always worked out really well, that were thoroughly tested and approved. And I thought, to need to do something. I have to keep these recipes under lock and key because it was with them I supported my family, I supported my children. I made sure they never lacked an education, that they truly had, thank God, the best of everything. Because honestly, I worked so hard, sometimes there was barely enough food at home. But thank God, He kept opening doors for me. I was always praying, seeking Him, seeking guidance. And He was leading me. Because look, it's not easy. It's not easy being a single mother, taking care of 2 kids, providing for them, clothing them, right? Because children, how are you going to put them to work? You don't put them to work. They help you around the house, but if you don't put them to work, what do? There must be people here who are going through or have already gone through the same situation as I did. So guys, I thought about it and I started making this restructuring, and I thought and said, I need to gather my recipes because they are what have kept me going until now. And let me tell you, there were a lot of them. And I gathered all those recipes and kept them with great care. Why, guys? Because it's gold, right? Where else would I get them? Would I have to keep handing out these recipes to everyone? No, this is gold. It was after that too that I started my YouTube channel, and then I moved here to San Jose do Rio Preto, where I live well. I live in Mirasol, right? But it's close by, and I decided to start a YouTube channel. And with that, my knowledge just kept growing more and more, because even though I'm here teaching you, my own knowledge keeps expanding, keeps increasing, because we learn, and I keep studying more and more because I never stopped studying, right? Stopping. I never stop, guys. I'm always taking courses, even if they're online. In-person courses are hard, but it's mostly online anyway, and I'm always working with that, learning and restructuring, so everything I know, I keep refreshing it every day and improving the recipes even more. And my recipe collection just kept growing, I have recipes, guys, that are so valuable that, like I told you, I keep them under lock and key. Many recipes that I developed over the time I've been on YouTube, I have shared with you. But many of those recipes are kept under lock and key. And these cherished recipes, today, that's precisely why I am here. I have decided to openly share them with you. So today, you are truly witnessing many years and years of accumulated experience, along with numerous recipes that were meticulously kept secret and are now thoughtfully revamped and presented just for you. So today I am truly here to tell you firsthand, bringing to you the very special recipes I've carefully kept under lock and key. those cherished recipes I've personally had for well over 30 years in the art of pastry making. And now, after much consideration, I finally decided to share all of them with you, my valued audience. And I say this with a lot of emotion because I worked so hard in my life to be able to hold on to these recipes, to not share them with anyone and to keep improving them more and more. Why? If a recipe doesn't work out, you make it once, it doesn't turn out. I'm really like that. I'll make it again. And I'll keep refining it and improving it until I get the right, perfect recipe. And each time we make it, it just keeps getting better and better. So I'm here today to share a bit of my story with you and to tell you that now this month I'm going to reveal all of my recipes that I've kept secret for years. Yes, these are my recipes that I've kept for years and I'm going to share them with you. And I want to, guys, you have no idea what's about to happen. For those of you out there who already need these little recipes, because I'm sure this is going to change your life, go ahead and start typing down here, right here. Start typing the word recipes. Because when you type recipes, you'll receive a link in your direct messages to join the VIP group. So you can get what I'm about to show you now. Guys, tell me the truth. You want recipes? My recipes? And you're going to have them right here in your hands. Look at this. Guys, seriously. Yes, it's 10 booklets with all my recipes. It might look mirrored on the screen, but I'll explain it to you. 10 booklets. Look, guys, I even get goosebumps talking about it for the price of one. Really? Yes. All of you who are here today, I'll share the recipe in just a moment. And actually, the recipe I'm going to share today is from one of these booklets. In fact, every recipe I share here will be from these. So you can see that they're tried and true recipes made one by one, and I'm sure you'll love them. Look, I'll show you right now. Go ahead and type recipe here. Just write recipe, okay? Because I have a lot to talk about today. Look, here you'll get a booklet of sweets. Yes, sweets for parties and events. All my recipes for the sweets I sell at the bakery. Oh my goodness, here it is. A few more recipes. 80 structured recipes for party cakes, in fact, 80 fillings. 80 structured fillings for party cakes. This one is my favorite. All the cakes I make at my bakery, all the cakes I've made throughout my life, they're all here with these amazing fillings. Look at what else is included in these 10 booklets. Panettones and Christmas desserts. Christmas is coming, folks, but it's in October. Christmas is coming. So look at this for you to make panettones and Christmas desserts. Here's another one. Structured cake batters. All types of sponge cake batters, butter batters, semi-butter batters that you can use for tiered cakes, fondant cakes, whipped cream cakes. All of that will be in this booklet. These are all my recipes that you need right there. And I have more here. Look, 100 recipes for commercial purposes. Here we have everything, quiche, savory snacks, pies, cakes, everything you can imagine for you to work with, for you to sell. It's here in this booklet. 100 types of recipes for commercial purposes. What more? Look at this here. Party snacks. Take a look. You know those snacks that I show you every single day, that I post on our stories, on our reels? It's right here, and I'm going to send it to you as a big gift. All you have to do is type the word recipes, and I'll explain it to you right away. When you type the word recipes, you'll receive a link and join the VIP group, okay? I'm going to share all these recipes with you. I'll explain how in just a moment. There's more pastry chef training. This booklet is wonderful. There are 10 of them. This booklet, Pastry Chef Training, gives you a roadmap to get started in pastry, from doughs, fillings, toppings, complete cakes, syrups, everything, folks. Everything is here in this Pastry Chef Training, okay? Is there more? There is. For those of you already thinking about next year's Easter, I have here chocolate making techniques where I talk about everything related to chocolate. There are wonderful recipes here, bonbons, truffles, everything you can imagine so you can work during Easter. But there's more here. In addition to this one, which is about trends, about chocolate making, I also have the Easter one itself, which covers the traditional Easter, right? And the trendy Easter. So you find that in this other booklet. These two will make your party, okay? So you can start working next year. Just type the word recipes here to receive the link. And there's one that's my little favorite. It's the last one here, 40 types of fillings that don't require cooking. Is that for real, Leo? Yes, it's for real. 40 types of fillings that don't require cooking. Today, I'm going to make one of these no-cook fillings, which is trendy, and it's the one I sell the most at my bakery. So for those of you watching right now, you're going to type the word recipes so you can get the link, okay? Get the link. Look at this. I can't even contain myself. You'll get a link in your direct messages. Click on that link. Join the VIP WhatsApp group because that's where you'll get the link. I'm only going to open it for one day. Now you're asking, Leo, is this recipe paid? For God's sake, guys, look at how many recipes there are here. This batch here, let me tell you something, it's online, okay? It's just that I printed them out, So that means the recipes are online. I'm not going to send them to your house. I'll send them to you by email. Then you say, Leo, okay, now I want to know how you're going to charge for 10 booklets with so many recipes. And I'll tell you guys, it's really, look, it's like you're essentially purchasing 3 full-size containers of whipped cream, which is quite a substantial amount for the price. For the price of 1. It's the price of 1. You get 10, okay? So go ahead. It's like you're buying 3 whipped creams. You're going to get all these booklets, okay? Now, I don't know how much whipped cream costs in your city, but it's about the price of 3 whipped creams. Is it worth it? Look, you just have to type the word recipes there, okay? And I'll show you that you'll get the link and join the VIP group because only those in the VIP group will receive the link so you can get 10 booklets for the price of 1, okay? So message delivered. I can't even hold them all. Guys, look how many there are. I like to print them because they look beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful. It's a collection, okay? Look, it's a collection and they are gorgeous. You'll have them and you can print them too. You can print them and look how beautiful they turn out. See, all of them are really beautiful, so pretty. And you can have them right there in your hands to start making the recipes, okay? Well, I'll talk more about them, but in the meantime, let's get started on today's recipe. You just type the word recipes. Recipe is recipe, okay? It's just that there are so many recipes here. Just type the word recipe so you can join the VIP group and not miss anything. And the recipe I'm sharing today is a cold filling, meaning a filling that doesn't need to be cooked. You'll make it, it'll turn out great, it'll taste delicious, and it's the one I sell the most. I'm going to share with you the Ninho Supreme, which is an amazing filling. Wow, I make cakes. 2 make cake in a jar, chilled cake, regular cake. Honestly, I use this filling for so many things. Ninho is with Nutella. You can do anything with it. You can fill Easter eggs, truffles, bonbons, whatever you want. Chilled cake cones. Okay, guys. Anything you need to make with Ninho filling, you can make with this one. Shall we get started? Let me grab it here. Hold on a second. Let me get the mixer. This mixer here. Okay, I'm going to give you the recipe. Let's start taking notes. Now, you're going to need a notebook, okay? And a pencil, a pen, a pencil, whatever you have there. Why? Because this little recipe, I'm not going to leave it there. I don't know if this live will be saved. And this recipe, you're going to need to write it down, okay? All right, let's go. Let me fix this here. What are you going to need? The only problem with this paper holder is that it gets stuck here. Look, you're going to need cold condensed milk. Mine is nice and cold. It was in the fridge. I even put it in the freezer. It stayed in the freezer for about 2 hours. Why? Because I was going to talk to you, take it out, and it would thaw here. So it thawed, but it's still cold. Okay? Here I have 600 grams of cold condensed milk. So I'm going to add it here now. And I also have 200 grams of butter. Guys, it has to be butter. And you don't need to. It's good if it's cold. But if the butter comes straight out of the fridge, it gets so hard that you won't be able to beat it. In the mixer, it needs to be cold, but at the right consistency like this. Oh, ointment. Do you see that I can catch her? 200 g of butter for 600 g of condensed milk. This filling will be a huge hit. And I'll bring it later. With this filling, we'll also make a Nutella mousse. Nutella mousse. So you can combine this filling, which for me is also a mousse, with this one. So, Nutella mousse with wine. Sensational. I sell a lot, but really a lot of this in the bakery. Let's put the condensed milk in here. Okay? The condensed milk, cold, you put it in here. Look, write this down. This is one of my fillings. From my booklet, the fillings that don't go on the stove. Okay? There are 40 types of fillings. And I brought this one because it's the one I use the most. It's what I sell the most. And I want you to learn it so you can see that it really works great. The recipes, they're my recipes. Now, I cut the butter, right? And I'm going to add it here with the condensed milk. So, the condensed milk needs to be cold and the butter too, but not too hard. It should be at a creamy, spreadable consistency. But look, see, it's not melting, right? I'm going to put it in here and beat it for about 2 minutes. So this can blend together, okay? Let me just stay here. Let me turn on the mixer, guys. Hold on. Let me check here. Can I take it out? No. And remember, in the meantime, keep typing recipes in the chat, okay, guys? As for the brand of condensed milk, guys, I use Piracanjuba, okay? I'm going to beat the butter, make sure it's butter, okay? Not margarine, that won't work, and beat it well on the side. And you're moving around. And there you have it, a wonderful collection of recipes, meticulously curated and ready in the culinary adventure. My dear friends, it's time to roll up our sleeves, gather our ingredients, and embark on the exciting journey of cooking. Let's get to work, transforming these fantastic recipes into delicious realities in our kitchens, creating memorable meals for ourselves and our loved ones. Good evening, everyone. This evening we are discussing something that is unsalted and indeed completely unsalted. Look at Diane. Are you watching her right now at this very moment? Run away from the salted food items. Put the reason name, okay, Lennon? Adriana is asking how to get access or not. I'm going to. Allison is going to put the support phone number here, and I'll pin that number to let Alex put the support phone number up. I'm staying, guys. If anyone wants to know about the other big classes, just message on the cell phone later, let Alex. I'm going to beat it some more. Guys, look how awesome. I'm going to say it again. The recipe, just a moment. I'll say it in a second, okay? Maribel has expressed that she's currently unable to establish contact with Cosio, which is causing her some distress. Therefore, it is imperative that we extend our assistance to Maribel to help her effectively overcome this challenge and resolve the situation in a positive manner. Wouldn't you agree? I'm going to meticulously detail for you the precise quantities required and the exact method to be followed. Alice has thoughtfully sent over all the necessary support information, and I will now proceed to carefully compile and present it online. Specifically, I have placed all this crucial supporting documentation conveniently down below, ensuring it is readily accessible for your reference, covering the same essential support aspects. Alright, it'll take about 2 more minutes to complete this process. I meticulously added 600 grams of high-quality sweetened condensed milk, ensuring it was really cold. I had specifically prepared it by placing it in the freezer for a period of time, and then carefully took it out just before this step to achieve that optimal chill temperature. Here it is, perfectly ready for incorporation. And then I also added 200 grams of soft butter. It is absolutely crucial that it has to be unsalted butter. Okay? This is important for the overall flavor balance of the final product. I'm going to show you how it turned out, guys. Look at this. It turned into a wonderful cream. Look. And look, this right here, it's just sweetened condensed milk, cold, 600 G and 200 G of butter. Look at this. Just imagine how incredibly good and utterly delicious this is going to be right now, because at this very moment, I'm going to carefully add the milk. Hold on for just a second. Like I previously said, it's simply sweetened condensed milk and butter so far, nothing else. Now you're going to add 400 grams of powdered milk. So, I mean, if you want to use Ninho, use Ninho. Now it has to be the really good one, right? So can you imagine this being in a dessert recipe? A Christmas cake or a regular cake, right? A chilled cake or a cake in a jar. I'm going to add half since it's 400 grams. So 200 grams of powdered milk here, but let's mix it slowly. I'll add 200 now, then the other 200 later. Let's take it slow. I'll mix it again. You saw how it turned out yesterday until now, right? Let's go. Just a little more, and I'll show you the consistency it reached. Okay? It turned out just right, almost like a frosting, just like when we used to talk about with butter. Now it's going to get really thick, because I'm going to add powdered milk, so let's mix it well. The name of this filling is Ninho Supreme. Okay, look very closely now. I'm going to carefully and thoroughly stir it. Look, everyone, my sturdy and reliable stand is positioned precisely right here underneath. I meticulously and deliberately set it up there. Do you see it clearly and completely? Allison is going to help. Oh, and there's a colleague of ours who said she couldn't get through. Allison will help with that. Okay? There, I've already added it. The first step is done. I'm going to add the rest. And for everything, I'll always put the recipe for you. 400 G of powdered milk. If you're going to use Ninho Coelhinho, I like to use Piracanjuba, which is really good. All right. I'm going to mix it slowly because now it's going to start getting heavy. Let's go. Look, let it get moist. Then I mix it. Can you use it with fruit? Yes, you can. Wow. Can you imagine this with strawberries, Aunt Fran? Aunt Fran, have you ever thought about this with strawberries? Ninho with strawberries? Amazing. You'll see how good it's going to be. All right. Keep stirring slowly because it's going to get really heavy. Now, And now what am I going to do? I think look how heavy it's getting. And I don't need to incorporate it all. I'm going to switch. I'm going to use the spatula because it starts to stick, guys. I'm going to take out the little balloon. Look at this. Take out the little balloon because I need to mix it well. It's good. So let's go. Let's review this recipe. This recipe is in my fillings that don't go in the oven me backpack. There are 10 booklets, guys, for the price of one. Yes, these are my recipes that I have been using for over 30 years, working here in confectionery. But for you to get it for that price, the price of one, do you remember? 10. It will be more or less the same price as 3 liters of whipped cream. You have to join the VIP WhatsApp group to guarantee your handouts, okay? So write the word there, recipes, so you can join the group. In the group, I will send the link later. When you type recipes, you receive a link in your direct messages. Click on that link and join the VIP WhatsApp group. Then just wait there, everyone. In the VIP group, you have to stay there waiting because we are going to have this pre-sale. And for you to get 10 handouts for the price of one, you have to join the VIP group. I changed it here so I can give it a good stir, give it a good mix. And now it's a cream, more water, okay? We're going to incorporate air here still, but we'll go slowly. Mixing. Good evening, Aunt Nadia's Delights. Kiss. And those who are already in the group don't need it, right? If you're already in the group, there are people who are our students. Look, those who have already attended the big class, who already have all our big classes. We've already done 4. If you've already attended a big class, keep an eye on your phone, okay? Because we're sending you a message. Because there's something special for you, all right? Look, I've already mixed it. Let me show you how it turned out. Look. And now that I've mixed it with a spatula, look at how it is, guys. Look, this here is still like this. It's not light yet. Not yet. I'm going to make it lighter. Now look at this here. Look, look. Here we have 600 grams of condensed milk with 200 grams of butter. Beat the condensed milk well. While it's cold, the butter needs to be at a creamy, spreadable consistency, but it doesn't matter if it's warm, okay? Beat it for 2 or 3 minutes until it gets really airy. Then you'll add 400 grams of powdered milk. I put in 200, then I added another 200. Look at this, okay? Now I'm going to add one more ingredient here to make it lighter. Let me fit this in here. Hold on, there. And now I'm gonna add this in on the lowest speed. 200 grams of whipped cream, okay? I'll see how it turns out. If I need more, I'll add it. Otherwise, the whipped cream should be like this. See, nice and firm, 200 grams. Okay, I'll put it in here. It's not much, see, it's already done. It's just to make it lighter. And we're gonna mix it in on the lowest speed. All right, here we go. Look, really slowly, because I don't wanna lose the air, okay? And then I'll take it out of here. Keep stirring, guys, because I want it really nice. In just a minute, let me stir it with a spatula. Now I'm gonna take it out so I can mix it here. With the spatula, I won't leave it mixing here, not for me. Good, okay? And let's take this out now, okay guys? Are you craving this? This is the Ninho Supreme, which Laterno. In another life, I'll teach you how to make Nutella mousse, which also, and it's one of the fillings that doesn't need to be cooked. So this recipe booklet of mine with 40 types of recipes here, look fillings that don't need to be cooked. It's a huge hit. It's a huge hit. It has recipes for everything. And now let's go. I'm going to mix it here. Look, and I'll show you in a moment. I don't like to beat it on high speed with the mixer at this stage because what I'm doing here is incorporating the whipped cream, okay? So I'm going to mix it. And the whipped cream is to make it lighter. Now, here's something. I told you to use 200 grams of whipped cream here to incorporate and make it lighter. But you can add more if you want. If you want an even lighter filling, you can use 300 grams of whipped cream. Whipped, okay? I'm going to scrape it off the bottom here. And then we'll see how it turns out. Look at this, guys. I'm going to lift it up here so you can see something. Look at this Ninho filling. Look. Look at this. See? Wow, it's falling out here. Look. This Ninho filling is wonderful. I'm going to grab some with a spoon because I'm already making a mess. And I'm going to taste it. If you want, Léo, I like it really strong. So at this point, I want it lighter. I want more mousse. As a mousse, you can add another 100 grams of whipped cream. Guys, who here has done this before? Back in the day, Mom used to leave the can of powdered milk nearby. We would sneak over, grab a scoop of powdered milk, put it in a little cup, add water, and eat it. Who has done that in their life? Look, it's like you're doing exactly that. Look at this, guys. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Look at this. See? Make this recipe here. You can use this to fill cakes, regular cakes, really, cake in a jar, chilled cake, any kind of dessert tray you want to make. Ninho with the Nutella. Put Nutella mousse on top, which I'll teach you how to make starting next week. Where we'll have here with me right on Monday, I think we'll have the Nutella mousse. Look at this. Look at the texture and firmness of this filling, okay? This one is the Ninho Supreme. How long does it last? Look, this will keep for up to 5 days in the fridge, okay? Do you have the recipe? Look, the recipe is as follows. I'll go over it again. What I put in here, first thing, was 600 grams of cold condensed milk with 200 grams of butter. Don't use the butter too cold, otherwise you won't be able to beat it. It needs to be at a soft, spreadable consistency, but not warm. Beat it for 2 to 3 minutes and it will get really airy. Then you add the rest little by little. It's a total of 400 grams of powdered milk. So you add 200 grams and mix. Then you add another 200 grams and mix again. It'll get pretty heavy, right? Mix it for about a minute. And you can add up to 300 grams here. Then 200 grams of whipped cream. This is how you get the texture of this filling here, look. It's so wonderful you don't even need to decorate or put it on a cake. You could just eat it by the spoonful, but that's already a bit much. Do you want some, Marival? Now, for those of you just joining, type the word recipes there. Because if you don't know, I'm going to open up my booklets for you, my precious, extremely valuable recipes that I've collected over the years. I have 30 years worth of recipes in my hands, recipes from work, from achievements, from, even from tears. Everything, folks, it's all here. I'm trying to get it all organized. So you can get my extremely valuable booklets with all of my recipes. It's 10 booklets for the price of one. Seriously, for the price of one. Just for one day, but only for those who are in the group. If you're not in the group, you won't be able to get them. The booklets. Join the group, just type the word recipes, and I'll send you the link in your direct messages. Click on that link and stay in the group. No one is going to bother you. You'll just stay there for the day when I send the link and some videos. I'll send my videos for you to watch so you can understand how it's going to work, okay? I don't want you to miss this opportunity. It doesn't even fit in the video. Look, it's 10 booklets for the price of one. If you buy the 3 chantillies, chantilly 3, chantilly even falling, that's the price of the 10 booklets. I made a commitment. You get 10 if you buy 3. The only difference is the price you're paying for them, okay? It's falling here. Let me put it back. Look at how much filling there is. Seriously. I have here, look, party sweets, 40 cold fillings. I've already given you one, okay? Easter trendy and traditional. Look at this. Chocolate making techniques here. There's the pastry chef training with all the recipes, including doughs, cakes, fillings, decorations, everything you need. Savory snacks for parties. My wonderful savory snacks. I love this booklet, guys. No recipes for commercial purposes. Everything is here. There are sweet and savory options, okay? There's everything inside this booklet. Those for structured cakes. The cake bases I use in my own bakery are here, both for making jar cakes and for making the mini cakes that go up front. So you'll find all of that inside this booklet here. They're all butter cakes, semi-butter cakes, sponge cakes, and more. There are other types of cake bases too, red velvet, chocolate. Everything you need is going to be in this booklet for you to make tiered cakes, for you to make light cakes, all of that. Panettones and Christmas desserts are here too. Here I have 80 fillings, 80 structured fillings, guys. It's recipes that just never end, okay? Type the word in there. Look, recipes for you to receive the link. So you don't miss this chance to get all 10 booklets. So you don't give up on any of them, all right? Well, now, we're going to come back here with more live streams and I'll teach you. because today I taught you how to make this filling, which is the Ninho Supreme. Some people were asking if you could add fruit to it. This here with strawberries is amazing. This here with, oh, I really love it. With prunes. Oh my goodness, this is just sensational. I have a feeling that I love. I made it for a wedding with 10,000 guests. I made it for my grandson's birthday, and I'm going to make it for my other grandson's birthday. I make a filling with prunes and dulce de leche, and a top layer with this Ninho Supreme. Have you ever tried it? It's sensational. It's wonderful. It's the best filling you'll ever have. I love it, you know. It's so delicious. Want to make it with red fruits? Wow, it's just so good. You put a layer of Ninho Supreme and then a layer of red fruit jam on top. Guys, nothing compares to this. It has structure, it really does. It's just that it's not in the fridge. I'm gonna bring you a cake next week with this filling right here. And with Nutella mousse, and you're gonna be amazed. At the structure, it gives your cake, okay? This one doesn't need any support, it really doesn't. If it's like this at room temperature, just imagine how it gets in the fridge. Look at this, guys. And it's hot in here. Do I have the air conditioning on? I do, but it's not a fridge, right? So I'm feeling hot. Look at this. So it's not gonna fall apart. My fillings don't fall apart. All right, guys, so that's the message. I'm really anxious. I'm really like, I want to share the very best with you. And if you couldn't access the classes there, please contact support. What's there? I left the audio number fixed there, okay? Kiss, Rosangela. Hello, everyone. Hello, isn't Chantilly Thermic on Hot? Not yet. Yes, yes, yes. Vanya, I think it's Vanya who sent the message, okay? Okay, guys? Look there, look. Kate Squoy said she bought my courses and was able to access them. Sometimes there might be a little access issue, but it's easy to solve, folks, okay? We're going to help you. Just contact support. I pinned Allison's number and we'll help you out. I'll be back so we can start this journey of fillings, cakes, decorated cakes starting Monday, okay? Savory snacks. Everything you need to know for you to get to know the booklet, I'll bring it to you. There will be 3 live streams a week here. So we can chat and I can share the recipes with you, all right? Yes, you can print it. All of this is online, okay, guys? I'm not gonna send any of this to you, none of your materials, because it's not feasible. You'll have access to all of this for the price of a single book. It'll be 10 for the price of 1. It's like you're buying 3 whipped creams. If you buy 3 whipped creams, that's the price you'll pay for 10 booklets. Guys, kisses, have a good night. And I'll be here until Monday, God willing. If you're outside Brazil, don't worry. You just need to join the VIP group. You get access to this booklet and you can print it. That's all there is to it. Then you can either print everything or keep them saved forever for yourself. There's no access time limit once you buy it, it's yours. All right? Guys, kisses. May God bless you all. See you on Monday. I'll be back here, okay? Bye, everyone. Is the Sodier's recipe? Number, Sodier's recipe. Number, it's my recipe. Kisses, everyone. Bye-bye. Now, here's what you need to do. Type the word recipes right here and now so you can immediately join my exclusive VIP WhatsApp group and truly take full advantage of the special exclusive launch promotion for my comprehensive booklet kit. So please don't waste any more time, okay? Type it in now. Look, recipe.